All right. Get this microphone a little bit closer this time.
I can't really lay on you, which isn't a problem, but
So if you guys can hear us like a true professional, I guess that means, well, because we were right on time. Yeah, as you can tell behind us, we've had our garage flood 4 times in the last couple of days, so it's ruined our floors. It's been a huge mess. We've been dealing with that. So we're going to wait for a minute. We're trying to let a couple people pop in too. Just doing another final kind of Q&A before the final episode comes out tomorrow. Now, I know previous times we always released it earlier, but this one will come out tomorrow. We're making all the final changes. Want to make sure that it's we get our point across. That's the main thing. So if you guys have questions, we love to take some questions tonight and talk about that, and then go from there. John Rich flooded my basement. Well, it's more like our studio. It was a garage at one point, but no, he didn't. The guy that done the previous French drain that did it incorrectly is the reason we are having worse water problems now than we ever had. So, but we got some friends coming tomorrow, and I think they're going to help us get it fixed, that kind of thing. So we're going to give it just a second. I see my moderators are tuning in. We're going to try to keep it polite and cordial. Look, we don't care about the opposing views, but this time, if someone comes in, they start using excessive profanity, that kind of thing, we're just going to give them the boot. So if you do get brought on, just please remain calm as you can, and let's keep it positive.
Jerry Ray, welcome to Supporter. Thank you.
Oh, and that's another thing I'll say right now. So for the people, anyone who has signed up as on the members platform through YouTube will be listed in members producer credits on the final episode. But the cutoff for that is tonight at midnight. So if you get in past that, we can't do anything. But if you've already became a member, your name's going to be listed in the final episode. So
Deplorable. Could we not?
just okay. What is going on? Michael Evans in the house. What's the deal with the tweaker and John? You know,
I kind of want Gotcha Man to be in here.
Okay.
We're going to talk about any of
All
that.
right, yeah.
'Cause I did
Please
love
bring
this
us
video.
back. Yeah, bring us back to that question. We watched this video just a little while ago.
Jump on, Ryan. We know you're here, Pookie.
I kind of feel like Lil Larry signed up to be a member just based on the member name alone, which I find is hilarious.
Toothless, we are having a great day. We hope you're having a great day.
Yes.
Jerry Ray, love you. Thank you.
And we got a lot of content coming your way aside from this stuff as well, too. So we are ready to move on and put our focus towards some other things. Ride a cowboy. All right, we're just waiting hard. Tarjay, what's going on, guys? Hellraiser, what's up? What's up, chat? All right, is there any chance that thing are going quick? Lil Larry doesn't go to jail for drugs or something. Is there any chance that Lil Larry doesn't? I mean, allegedly, in my opinion, if people are doing their due diligence, there's no way, in my opinion, that this doesn't end with him getting a free place to stay for a period of time. So.
Love y'all's goats. We love our goats too.
Yeah.
We love them so much.
Yeah.
They're seriously. He talked me into. I've always wanted something else. He talked me into it by holding one, and of course I couldn't say no. And they've just been the most wonderful little things ever.
Well, when
Martin Speak says he's sorry for his previous behavior. Well, I don't think he's blocked or anything, so.
where did that came from? Okay, yeah, well. Okay, sorry. Everybody keep me up to date with the current news so we can report on it currently. Yeah, I love some questions. Y'all pop off some questions in here.
Jerry Ray's just south of Dothan in Orange Beach, Perdido Key.
Okay, yeah, I love Dothan. Dothan, Alabama. I grew up in that whole area. Graduated from Ashford High School in 1999. Dothan was definitely my stomping grounds. Chelsea spent some time in Dothan as well.
I did. I lived, so when I moved to Dothan, Chad moved to Columbus, and then I moved to Columbus,
All
and
right.
that's how we met.
I think we got somebody
Aha.
waiting. There he is. All right. All right, add to the stage. Let's see how your audio is. What's up, man?
What up, brother?
What's going on, dude? So
Audio
for
needs
just a little quick shout out to Gotcha Man. Like, I didn't know Gotcha Man prior to this. We met based on just his interpretation of things. He's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's very perceptive to things. And I appreciate you so much, man. I really appreciate you. We appreciate you. I feel like we're slowly becoming friends. I look forward to hanging out with you in person after all this bullshit's over with.
Absolutely. We live already?
We are live, brother.
Sick.
Yeah.
Is my audio as shitty as that crazy Marty guy that was up there the other night?
No, your audio sounds good. Your audio sounds good.
No, I'm just
So we got the super entertaining Gotcha Man. We might have a couple more people pop in. Definitely going to kind of keep it low key, unlike last time. I was trying to do a good thing. Turned out to be not so good. So we'll take some questions. Anything you want to ask Gotcha Man, let me know. We'd love to talk about it here.
Says Ryan had you watching Gotcha Man, don't lie. I never watched, but it makes sense now because he called me randomly and he was like, "What does Jerry mean?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "People keep calling me Jerry. What does Jerry mean?" And I was like, like my grandparents would like use it when describing somebody who's dumb. So is that, or is it just an insult, I guess, to you? But
so just to clarify, yes, in the beginning when I came around, I was trying to watch all the negative reactions to stuff, but it got to a point where a lot of it was about me and I had to detach myself from that. So, yeah, I was aware of several of the people that were doing stuff, but it got to where I stopped watching it just because there was things on there about me, and it's never fun to sit there and listen people that don't know you talk poorly about you, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, the Jerry, that's funny. He knows what it means. He watches everything, but he just wanted somebody else to explain it to him probably. But it's not as deep as what you think. But like just Jerry the Junkie just kind of just rings really well. And honestly, I may have to give that credit to man, I don't know. I remember being at a live one night with somebody and somebody said that Jerry the Junkie. And you know what I mean? Like whatever, Timmy the Tool Man. Like you know what I mean? Like kind of like
rolls
that.
off the tongue.
It does, yeah. So but you know, this is going to be awkward and I hate to do this like on your live and say this now.
I like awkward.
You might, but so I have to apologize. Apparently he doesn't need help and he's doing really well because like he posted a video on a jet ski today. So that means he's completely fine. And so I have to retract everything that I've said for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, dude's okay. Yeah.
Was it John Rich's house even? I mean,
yeah. So if you're out on a jet ski on the lake, that means that you're good to go. He even said in the video, help him, you know what I mean, to let us know that he's okay. So I apologize to you and everybody else for that.
Yeah, all good, dude. I totally understand it. That's a valid point.
I didn't know. Like he didn't, you didn't tell us till now, Jerry. Sorry. You know what I mean? I thought you needed help or whatever, but apparently you got a jet ski.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If he now has a jet ski, because to my knowledge, he didn't have a jet ski, allegedly, in my opinion, when I was around. But if I were the Rodney's lawyer, I'd say, hey, I want that jet ski as well. You know?
Yeah.
I'll take that too. So
100%. It might be in the U-Haul driver's name. Let me switch over to my garage Wi-Fi. I don't know why I'm not on my garage Wi-Fi.
No, you're good.
Was this going to start cutting out if not? Hang on.
I saw where you had posted some video of a U-Haul truck at the house, and then I got a call today, allegedly, in my opinion, that there was people overworking at another house, the pool location. So I was kind of wondering, maybe is he moving to? Does he think he pulled some kind of like outsmarted everybody at the last minute? Who knows?
I thought he was trying to get the Pokemon lot out of there and needed
that could. Hey, it would fill up a U-Haul truck for sure. It would fill up a U-Haul truck. All right, hey, we're gonna bring this one in too. Let's go.
Hopefully, I don't drop off. Hold on.
You.
What's up, Chill Rock?
Chad, Chelsea. Gotcha, man. It was good.
Damn, where are you? Are you downtown Nashville right now? What's that in the background?
Me, this is a little AI green screen.
Okay. I said, damn, he's living it up, dude.
I wish.
Chill Rock. Am I back?
It was good. Gotcha, man.
You never went nowhere.
You never went anywhere.
Sick.
So I figured we'll just hang out, and if any questions you guys think of, any questions that people have, this is like the final live we do before the final episode drops. So you guys got any? I'd love to hear kind of like your ideas of where you think the final one's going to go.
That's what I was
without giving away too much, allegedly.
Right, in my opinion. That's what I was gonna say. What's up, thoughts of a predicate winner?
Yeah, can we send? I'd like to bring
What's up,
him
Nelson?
up. Let's bring
Yeah.
up thoughts of a predicate winner.
Jerry Ray, what up?
Can you message him on Instagram?
I'm
I'm gonna
if
have.
anybody's got any questions for me too, because like I get all kinds of crazy questions and comments.
I have a question for you. I've been
Okay.
waiting to ask this all day because I did go back into your channel and try to kind of suss out where all of this started with Ryan. And I heard a comment in your video today where you're like, I don't even listen to country. So how can you, and I guess I want Chill Rock's answer to this too, is like, where did your Jerry journey start? Like how are we here right now?
That's an awesome question. I'll go first. So I had a buddy of mine that I went to high school with that I hadn't seen in a while, and I went out there and I was helping him remodel his house, and he had come across Jerry, and I believe it was the what's the Range Rover song?
YZ.
YZ, yeah. So he had come across that, and he had sent it to me. He'd sent me this link, and I watched it, and I had set my phone up on his Bluetooth there at his house when we were remodeling or whatever, and he had like played a few of his songs, and it kind of got Jerry in my algorithm. Well, then like I don't know, maybe a week or two later, he posts this video where he's definitely saying that he definitely didn't go and buy cocaine in Fairview in his Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like blown away by it because like my buddy loved him so much and was like, dude, this guy's awesome, man. He's independent. He's doing big numbers. He's doing big things. And I was like, yeah, but like, why is he defending like this cocaine story or whatever? And I was intrigued by it. And so I immediately made a roast video of like, who does that? You know what I mean? Who defends like some rumor like that and then comes out publicly and tries to get ahead of it? So
Thank you, Hellraiser. Go ahead,
I
sorry.
seen right through it like at the beginning. And it wasn't long after that a certain other crackhead in Primerville, Kentucky, started shooting his shots at him. And so then that dude piggybacked off of me and was like, man, I like the stuff that you're saying about Ryan. We ought to collab together. And it just kind of steamrolled into like what it is. You know what I mean? But from way back then, I was like, this dude, whatever, he's got a hit song, you know, but I would have never heard him if it wasn't for my buddy, Zach is his name, that I went to high school with. I would have never knew who Jerry was. I don't listen to country. I don't listen to none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
I saw one question come up, not to cut you off, but I do want to
No, you're
address it. Someone had commented basically like, how can you bring a Gotcha Man or these guys up when they were talking about you and your wife months ago? And like, I don't know the whole story on it. I know a lot of people were, but let me give you my side of it. First off, as someone who has made a lot of bad decisions in their life and fucked up a lot, I'm the first one to not judge someone based on their interpretation of the situation, because all they saw me was taking sides with the enemy. So then I became the enemy. When I came back around, I already knew that people were going to draw lines in the sand, and I did what I thought was best for my situation and also to help him, you know. So now that that's happened, I am completely forgiving because I myself want to be forgave for the things I've done in the past. So all that's water under the bridge to me. And I hope that now a lot of these people have different interpretations of who we are as people. And if they don't now, maybe eventually will. So that's my answer to that question.
Well, I tell you what's funny about that is, and like one of the, I don't know, second, third times we talked on the phone, you were like, I know you probably, you know, talk shit about me or whatever, or you had thought I had. And it was funny because I was like, nah, I don't remember. And I looked back to verify that. And the one thing that I caught myself saying was, because everybody was like, he's a devil worshiper. He worships Satan, blah, blah, blah. And there was a clip of Ryan saying that you went out to get the lawsuit paperwork for Deerdorf's lawsuit, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
But you had cut through the grass in Ryan's security video. And I was like, oh, yeah, he definitely is a Satan worshiper. Who walks through the grass like that when it's the middle of winter and he's going to kill the grass? And that was the
yeah.
that was the extent
That's
of
funny.
Like, me talking shit about you. That's all I could find. And if somebody else can find something else, I'm open to it. But that's all I remember ever saying about you. Like,
I like the
just
shit
don't-
talking when it's good shit.
Yeah.
Dude. Go in on people.
I've commended a lot of people on their good jabs. Like some people have had some great ones. Like I am so appreciative of the 50-year-old Fallout Boy. I love the fact that people refer to me as the Trailer Park 50 Cent. That doesn't feel like a diss, man. That feels like a badge of honor to me. You know, I love that people said I was the prison version of Drew Carey. Look, I've been called Drew Carey for years now, ever since I got black frame glasses. So I'll acknowledge the good ones. You know, it's the hateful ones.
Yeah, the Drew Carey. Holy shit! Yeah, that
I
one.
want to hear
actually
Chill
was
Rock's villain origin story.
Yeah, and then we'll get back to some of these questions.
For me, it wasn't really that long ago. It was like around the time where Broadway Girls had dropped. And he wanted to get the remix out before that. Was it Chase Matthews and Lil Durk? Yo, what's good, Nelson?
Yeah.
I believe, and he tried to hurry up and put it out in front. So that was the first song I ever heard from him. And from there, everybody would flood me like, yo, react to Ryan, Creek Squad gonna always show up. These are the list of songs you should check out. You're gonna get views, you're gonna get subscribers. So I was like, hey, why not? Like, I'm starting out, I'm still growing my channel. And then fast forward, it got to I was defending him for everything he did. Like when he was going against Heavy Duty Country, I was just blindly listening to Ryan's side. I never took the chance to like listen to Heavy Duty. I didn't listen to nobody else's. Screw everybody. I was just like, no, Ryan's right. Everybody wants to go against him because he's the biggest. Da 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 da. Fast forward a little bit more. The battle came, I was covering stuff. I'm like, are people going to drop diss tracks or are we going to be commentary channels now? It was like I wasn't a reaction channel anymore. It was like I'm covering when Adam pissed something out, when Church pissed something out, and I was just, paying my commentary on it. And then it got to a point where they dropped those diss tracks, and I just made my decision. And I was still staying in the middle, but the fans made me choose a side.
Yeah, and welcome, Nelson.
What's up,
We
boys?
appreciate you as well. One thing I'll say is, look, we all made some bad decisions, or at least I did. I went along with a lot of stuff that now looking back on it, I'm ashamed of, and I'm sorry for that. I've tried to reach out to everybody that I felt crossed by my decision to work with him and to placate to some of the things he was involved in. But I think that's what makes a difference between being a man and standing up and saying, hey, I fucked up. And let's move on from it, What's going on, brother?
What up?
What's going on?
Can y'all
Good.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now when you get closer to your mic.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I just saw y'all on here. It's exciting.
Yeah. I tried to hit you up on
Finally getting to connect
Instagram. I
with
wanted to bring
everybody,
you on. Just we'll answer some of these questions and we'll get to that too. So where are we at?
Okay.
Hellraiser, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
He said he's the only person we've ever donated to on YouTube. Swear to God, it's because you stood up for yourself and did a good job in the process. Take care. Thank you. And that really means a lot.
I appreciate that. And let's go to some of these highlighted and we'll try to pick up in a minute. In your opinion, what happened with Kid Rock concert? He said he didn't do the concert because of the pick they used. What's the real reason? Now, this is allegedly, in my opinion, the dude hates to tour. He hates touring. He's not... he doesn't have what it takes to be in a touring band. This guy would never have lasted like some of me and my friends doing 130 days out of the year on tour living in a van. He doesn't have the stamina. He doesn't have the practice. If he didn't have backing tracks, now this is my opinion, it would be a terrible concert. And some of y'all have experienced that, so that's my opinion.
Or the right size pants, or a guitar full of Adderall. But I wanted to say one thing, recording to other people. But no, I was listening to Chill Rock the other day too, and this was like, I wanted to give him his props and respect for it. Like, he was talking about the same subject in a video recently, and he was like, you know what? Like, Ryan, I guess, had jumped in and gave him like a $500 super chat. And he was like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, somebody throwing me that kind of money, you know what I mean? And it does. Like, at the end of the day, like, you don't want to be bought, you don't want to be influenced by money, but somebody throwing you $500 and you don't have any reason to question the guy, like, it could definitely sway you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's, in my opinion, that's just another example of him trying to, whatever, kind of get the narrative to go the way he wants it, shape it the way he wants it. I'll pay you or whatever. A lot of people are saying the same thing, like, man, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done and said what I did or whatever,
Yeah. And Nelson, if you got any questions, man, I kind of stumbled upon you and your channel, dude. I appreciate the support, man. I feel like you were able to kind of read between the lines. And from what I understand, you kind of bring a different kind of perspective, like a more of a religious perspective.
Yeah,
and that's just how I interpreted it. But I appreciate you, and that was the thing. I figured I could bring you up, and if you had any kind of questions that were still lingering for you that we can help with.
And something I noticed between pretty much everybody is everybody comes from a background of healing and we've all gone through something. We've all gone through something terrible, and we probably weren't the best people going through those times in our life. And everybody's on the other side of a big struggle, and learned how to be better people and know what it is to have forgiveness and grace, and be able to call things for how they see it as well, because a lot of us have been in that situation before, in somebody's shoes before. So I really appreciate that perspective being brought pretty much by everybody on this right now. And I think some people don't really grasp that. Is we're not just sitting here blindly like we've all lived through some really I don't know. We've been through some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is,
I feel like
yeah,
a lot of
I mean,
people. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead, bro.
Nelson.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he would be surprised that if he finally just let go and got that burden off his chest and said to the people, allegedly, whatever, in my opinion, of his problem, and shared his problems and his trials, and he would be, I think, so surprised at the amount of people that would relate to it. I think it might be a little late at this point, but it's never too late completely. But yeah, I mean, a lot of those people, have been through, like she said, we've all been through addiction. We've all been through, a lot of us have been through like foster care system. We all had our own trials and issues, whatever. And he just, like, for some reason won't let it go. Like, he will not, like, surrender. He'll have to eventually, but I don't know. I just want to say, I noticed this same guy, Country Coogan, is that? Yeah, I noticed he said what's up to me a few times. I just wanted to shout him out. What up, brother?
Tour guide.
What you got, Nelson? I saw you were about to say something a second ago.
Well, I jumped in at a crazy time. I feel like I was just getting my channel started. I had just reacted to a Tom McDonald and Adam Calhoun song and Mises for the first time, and I was trying to be unbiased. I'm a hip hop head, so I was looking at it like, what is this? But then I was starting to listen to the lyrics, and the song was hard, and I was like, oh, actually, these guys are pretty dope. And all of that was transparent throughout the video. It was probably 3 months after Mirrors came out when that came across my feed, and I did that. And then I kept seeing, like, I was really rocking with Adam the most out of all three of them, and I still do, really. But I'm watching, like, his Shook Ones freestyle and reacting to it and going through all of these music reactions from Adam. And I keep hearing about this Upchurch guy I know nothing about, right? And I'm asking the people in my Discord, and I'm asking commenters, I'm like, well, what is the deal? And so I'm starting to see this back and forth, and I even made a short. I was like, Adam is too hip-hop for this back and forth commentary style. And people were like, you just don't understand. He's not going to rap because it's too personal. 3 days later, he dropped a record. You know what I mean? And that's really when I got into the crux of everything. So I was like, let me do my due diligence as somebody that reports on this stuff, and let me see, And I've never liked him, bro. I've never really rocked with Upchurch. And it's not because I haven't given him a fair shake. I'm a pretty fair person. I just feel like from the videos I've seen now, I realize a lot of y'all come from a different, like when he was hot and he was dope, I get it, but from the videos that I've seen, I just feel like dude is a loser right now. But I feel like he could overcome that, and I feel like with what y'all are saying, like with what Gotcha Man just said, if he does, and listen, I'm not even trying to like create content here. He is on drugs. I promise. I'm not saying that to talk crazy about him. I can just tell. You can tell, and if he overcomes that, then not only do I think he'll have a good spot with people, I think he'll also be able to influence people and motivate people for the better. And I think that's kind of what everybody would like to root for. It just seems so far-fetched, it feels like it's unreachable,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's take some of these questions real quick, keep the conversation going. Let me go back up, because let's see, is Jerry sponsored by Spanx? That was good.
Sports Bras and Spanx.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see.
Man, I am struggling in here, man. Like, I bought this house 4 years ago, and I've never had my garage flood. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm underwater right
Dang.
now. And I
Ours
hate
is.
to like point fingers, but I'm pretty sure John Rich has something to do
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
Well,
Also,
that's. Oh, go ahead.
it says allegedly Jerry's been saying to people in comments talking about the 17.5 that you believe that's real. It's real, guys. It's real, and it's coming quick. And like reality's he's about to have a real dose of reality.
Well,
And
speaking of John Rich, somebody else said this before Gotcha Man got in the chat, because our garage has been flooding, obviously, you can see from the floor. And someone said it's John Rich's fault, and I wanted to go over.
Somebody
I
already
was-
said that.
Yeah, someone already said
No.
that early on. But I kind of lost it a little bit. I lost my composure a little bit last night because I don't know John Rich. We've never worked with John Rich. I don't know what his politics are. I don't know what his stances are. What I do know is that, he was one of the driving forces between keeping the TVA out of Cheatham County, which is a huge deal. And he did something great for our community. And I know that when that happened, Ryan went immediately negative towards that. Like he wasn't very happy about that news, and he kept trying to make it something. So when I saw him post that line of stories last night, and I had already done my due diligence because we drive by that house all the time going into Nashville, and that's like Chad's favorite house.
Yeah,
He's like, I love it. It looks like a castle.
Yeah.
So when I saw it on the news, I had started sending all the stuff to him in the morning, and I had gone through. So when I saw him say that it was John Rich's former house, I was like, is he fucking, am I allowed to swear? I don't know. Is he serious? Like, this is the reason why he owes a family $18 million is by just popping off the
Yeah.
mouth. It's such a simple Google search. So then I saw Gotcha Man did the video, and so he has not learned his lesson. And that is so terrifying.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We're in Cheatham County. We live in Cheatham County, and John Rich has talked great in Cheatham County. People talk great about him, like he's done a lot of stuff for the county. So I've never met the guy. I can't give you any kind of personal experience with him, but from what people that we respect and care about in the community, they say, he's a good thing for the community. So I think what it all boils down to is he's jealous over everything, down to other people that are artists helping in the community, to artists that are doing better than he is, whether it be, Tom or Adam or any of these guys. It's all, at the end of the day, I think all this is jealousy.
Yeah, it was definitely showing. Sometimes he leaves his shirt unbuttoned and shows his tits. Today he showed his jealousy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the great thing about like these people in the community are so great, because I was just pointing out the fact that his connection was that this might have been a property that John owned at one time. And then I got inundated with messages and comments of people being like, John never even owned that house. It has nothing to do with him whatsoever.
Oh my God.
Well,
Obviously, it makes it even
If
worse.
we want to go back to history of people who've owned houses and the things that people have done before or after,
Yeah.
the ranch history is pretty grimy.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, how
Those
crazy is
ranch
that?
stories.
Yeah. Go look it up. The family that lived there prior, allegedly, in my opinion, the father was abusing all of his children.
It's not allegedly in your
Oh,
opinion.
man.
He went to prison for it. It was called the Willis Ranch.
Yeah, the
before,
Willis Ranch,
Or it was
yeah.
the Willis clan, the Willis family.
Yeah.
And they had like 11 kids. They were one of those Christian singing, traveling family groups. And the father was incarcerated for sexually abusing his
Yeah.
children in that house.
That's the history of the ranch. And there's literally videos. I think they went on Dr. Phil at some point, or one of those big talk shows.
Wow.
So anyway, if you're going to dig into previous histories, why not start with your own? That one actually is an even bigger story than the one you're talking about, because that has some legs to it. It's valid.
Yeah, and I don't think the Willis family was ever able to pay it off either, right?
I don't know.
But no, I mean, just
That on
being a
Ryan.
stretch, though, he desperately needs these dots to connect. If not, he looks crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he needs, like, as far of a reach as that is to say, well, he might have owned it at one point, but now it's somebody else. And, like, even the story of, like, when I was a kid and as my dad and grandpa being painters, they would point out, like, this is a house that might have been this celebrity's. It's such a stretch, dude. And then, like I said, I think he's just laying the groundwork for his property gets seized through this lawsuit, then
I
it's
told
somehow
you.
people's fault.
Yeah.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, see, John Rich is out here taking properties, y'all. Like he's so far from reality. It's sad, man.
He doesn't know
take
how
some of these-
influential he is too. I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest issue for me as somebody that
Preach.
kind of watches from where I watch. I'm just like, dude, you have no idea how people will literally follow you off a cliff, or maybe he just
Yeah.
doesn't care. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a few in here asking for the link right now. Actually,
It's hard. It's hard to make sense of something that's not, sensible. Um,
Yeah,
it's-
it's
what
sad,
up?
man.
I did have someone send me recently talking about he's doing a docu-series or a documentary, and somehow tying it with UFOs and the exposed thing, which I assume he's
saw
talking
that.
about us. So I'm really interested to see, am I a reptilian or am I a
Yeah,
part of
that's
the
what I think.
Illuminati? Like, I'm really interested in seeing it for sure. What were you about to say?
I was thinking about the John Benet Ramsey, Erica Kirk thing, but it's not. And I found the picture that he texted me of a side profile of Gabby Petito and a side profile of Erica Kirk, trying to convince me they were the same person.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
to see
yeah.
if the people can see it, but I mean, you can't, it's washed out. But
I can't see the right one, the right side.
Yeah,
Yeah, it came straight from Ryan.
you're on your Instagram.
No, I'm on this is through my text messages.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, she's showing it
But-
came from Ryan.
So
Yeah,
and-
this is in my text messages from Ryan.
And here's the
so-
thing, one day, so the last videographer that I had that did Music City Makes a Killing, he did several. There's a buddy of mine. I've known him longer than Ryan. He tours in bands. He's in a badass touring band right now that's on Lamb Goat. I've known him for a long time, right? So I brought him up to film, and we were making plans for him to come film again. Then Ryan calls me to his place, that's allegedly, and I show up, and he starts showing me pictures of this other guy, and he's like, "That's the guy you brought to my house." And I was like, "No, it's not. That is not." I was like, he's like, "How do you know him?" I was like, "Bro, I've known him longer than I know you." And so I literally FaceTimed the guy because the other guy had tattoos going down his arm. So I FaceTimed the guy that he's like, "Show me your tattoos." He didn't even have the tattoos on that arm. And then he was like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess it's not him." I mean, that was all the time. He tried to say the real estate agent he had allegedly was the same person, this like secret CIA cooperative. He had their picture side by side, looked nothing alike. He still thinks the lawyer I brought this house was James Clapper. That's absolutely false.
He posted a story about that.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
going to be in his mini documentary series.
Yeah.
That's going to be one thing.
Yeah, and that's, you know what, and that's a quick fix. Someone could call. Like, I even thought about trying to add this in the documentary, but it was just such a small thing. I didn't feel like it was worth time. Where I was in the office with the actual lawyer, who was this lawyer in Nashville, and say, "Hey, are you James Clapper?" And he'd be like, "No," and then go to that. Did you come to Ryan's house? Yes. Ryan, he quit. He quit because Ryan was talking shit on the internet. That's the truth. It wasn't James Clapper. He hadn't been over there.
Imagine
How
thinking
long,
that
how
you're.
long were you his manager?
Right at 9 months, I think.
A little
Okay.
less than.
September, October, November. 8 months, because I didn't officially become the manager. I was till probably August, I think,
Okay.
of last year. So now we had worked with him from 2015 till 2022 or 2023.
yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, and then we got laid off, and then then I came back the last time, which was, I get it, man. It was a bad decision.
No, I mean, I gotta ask you, like
Yeah.
being over there and being on that side of things during that whole rap Civil War thing. Like, how did that feel? Getting shot at by like all these like Hard Target, Adam, everybody.
We weren't there for that.
So we
Oh, you
came
weren't
after
there for that?
We came
Okay.
after the fact. So it was obviously every day there was a mention of Adam and Jelly Roll and all these guys. He was always doing these little voices. I mean,
Yeah.
he couldn't go more than probably 10 minutes without mentioning someone and using his little voice.
Yeah.
So it was
God
it was
bless
definitely
y'all,
bugging
man.
the shit out of him. And here's the thing. I've learned his language over the years. So when he gets on the internet and he tells you, if he's really harping on something, then he's probably doing it. And if he tells you he's having a great day and it's the best day of his life, that's the worst day of his life. There's going to be a
Gotcha.
period where everything's okay. Then it's going to go to the next period where he's like making some accusations, and we're really close to the unhinged, just totally unhinged thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's coming before too long.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's so predictable too, and it's sad to see somebody like you would think with somebody with his resources or where he's made it to showing off that you're on a jet ski, and as that's like proof that you're doing fine, it is crazy. You know, people at that level don't even, you know what I mean? Like, you don't see that leisure side because you don't want to show it so much to the fans. Like, some of them even go as far as not getting jewelry and stuff like that for that same reason. You don't want to like lay it on too thick. But this guy's trying to prove to people, like, hey, I'm good over here. But
Yeah.
I was just going to say a minute ago, imagine thinking that your investigative skills are so marketable that these people are going to be on the edge of their seat waiting for this UFO stuff that you're getting ready. When, when
It's a
you
shame.
couldn't even in the face of everything admit that a poor little girl had died. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't figure that out, right? And
Yeah.
and you're paying for that. But then also, I
Yeah.
noticed in that same storyline where he was, you know, kind of pitching and advertising this new docu-series or whatever, he actually says, and I quote, "People come to my house and said that they were somebody that you could clearly tell they were." And I thought, who the fuck says something like that? You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to figure
You know,
out.
I can't wait to watch this because
Hmm.
people who say that's who they are is really who they are. Like, dude,
I
like,
hate the way he be saying stuff. It kills me
it's
every
crazy,
time.
man.
Yeah.
But people
Well, some-
be in that chat. There's a couple people in there that'll be like, yeah, man.
They don't know who he talking about. Get out of
You're
here.
Yeah.
crazy, man. And then come
Some-
over to me and tell me I'm whatever, man.
Somebody sent me something earlier, and it was a clip of somebody speaking on Joe Rogan, and they said the exact same line that Ryan used in that clip you're referencing, Gotcha Man, that storyline where somebody came over to his house, plugged something into his TV, was showing him like UFOs and stuff. I'll
Yeah.
send it to you if you
The
have
black
Bro
a
box.
said he
minute.
plugged a monitor into a TV. How much sense does that make? They
Right.
plugged the screen into my screen. Like, stop
Yeah.
it. Man.
I don't know, but somebody going back on the jet skis. Somebody said Kenny Powers, and I had to let Nelson know this.
Hey,
When first of all, I'm just gonna say Eastbound and Down is one of Chad's absolute
favorite shows. I'm
Bro, that's
friends.
him.
We're,
That's
we're
him.
friend-
Like Ryan. Yeah. Ryan is like the loser version of Kenny Powers. But I think Kenny Powers is a winner. That's
Yeah.
like what you know what I
I
mean.
loved how you put that too.
Yes.
I can't
Yeah.
stand Kenny Powers. I just want to choke his ass out.
I
all
love
the time.
Kenny
I can't-
Powers.
I can't deal with it. But when you said that, we were sitting right here watching your thing, and I was laughing so fucking hard I was crying.
Yeah.
I mean, just so
And-
thank you.
And here's the thing too, that never clicked with me, but he is the real life country rap Kenny Powers.
That's funny. It's so true. What up,
He
Ripta?
is, bro.
Dude, I can't unsee the Drew Carey thing now. Fuck whoever said that, man.
Hey,
Sorry.
And you
It's
know
all
what?
good.
I love it because somebody on our
That's
soft
funny.
white thing said we were the punk rock version of Drew Carey and
Ripta.
Mimi, and it's kind of like full circle for me because I loved watching Who's Line.
Yeah, yeah.
Growing up, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's
damn,
funny.
Yeah.
I got myself
Yeah.
my little punk rock Drew Carey over here.
Yeah, so we're actually good friends with one of the guys from season 3 of Kenny Powers Eastbound and Down. The little he played like a little Mexican guy with a knife. You know, he had like
yeah.
the big bodyguard, Deep Roy.
Yeah.
So that is like Eastbound and Down. Danny McBride, like if I had my choice, he's on my top 5 people to hang out and meet. Like
I think
like
so,
literally.
too.
Yeah.
Same.
I love all that stuff. So let's
Yeah,
see what
he's a
we got
goat,
missing
bro.
over here.
He really is.
Is Kalani the only one that he really treats decent because he's the only one that mixes all his beats? You know, that'd be something he had to ask. I try not to speak on other people's stuff. Like, I've been trying my best to be direct about Ryan and Ryan alone. Now, there's been a couple instances I felt like I had to tie some things in the best I could, you know. But let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna. And as far as my personal relationship, the time I spent with Kalani, I felt Kalani was a good-hearted dude. That's just my personal opinion. And
Yeah, he seems like it to me too.
I
A lot of people
don't
say that.
I don't have anything negative to say about him, and I hope it's a mutual thing. That's
I'm
all
sure
I
it
can really
is.
speak on as far as that goes.
I feel for him. I've been in
Not
jobs
for
like that suck, but you know, it's a job. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
and you know, it's so disrespectful to like. And I know you guys said it don't bother you, it rolls off of you, leaned into it. But that little like parody Ray Shrimmer whatever song about Chelsea,
Yeah.
you know, and then to not only
yeah.
like to because people are going to know that Kalani helped him put that together, right? That's
Yeah.
a given. But then to go like in Instagram, like in the studio and film him and say, hey, you know, run it so that I can record it and show everybody on Instagram. Like, just making sure that Kalani was a part of it, just showing.
Yeah, he
everybody.
likes doing
Right.
that. He likes showing people as almost like they're a part of. They agree to.
Yeah, see, and I'm not the only one that thinks it's
No,
okay.
that's not a assumption. That's allegedly, in my opinion, fucking facts. You know.
Yeah,
Damn.
and just I'm
There
not
were
gonna
so
name
many
any-
times he was FaceTiming somebody and he would be like say something wild. I started tuning it out after a while. I was like almost like in I'm trying to think. I was disconnected. So he would say things and just hold the phone up and you'd be like, yeah, Chad was there. And I'm just thinking like, nah, the fuck I wasn't, dog. You know, I'd just be sitting there
He did
just
that to me
looking,
a
you
few
know.
times on Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, right, Chad, that was a power of attorney, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
I just
See-
think that's horseshit. And just so you know, everybody that reacted to that song and thought it was funny and, you know, did the head bobbing to it, like I took notes, you know what I mean? And you guys already know what
I'm not
doing.
even worried about it, dude. I forgive them all.
I
don't-
hadn't
I
even
know.
listened to the whole
I don't.
song,
But I just
'cause
remember
I
who
started
they
to
are.
listen to it, but if it like
I shared it.
there was a time where he would diss somebody and it would be clever, or there would be, you know, double entendres. There, it was well written and it sounded good, and it was like I would listen to it just to hear, you know, what he had to say. Like I don't love like the beef and the back and forth, but I do love seeing somebody come out and creatively, like
Troll.
instead of the, you know, normal like F you, you're this, you're
Yeah.
that. Like there, it used to be
In a fun way.
Yeah, a little more involved, and
Yeah.
I couldn't get past I was like, not only does this sound like absolute garbage, and it's riddled with auto tune. It was just not.
It was a
I
copy
like,
of someone else's songs. He's down
Yep.
from being original.
I was like, man,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally
Bad.
picked up
Yeah.
I literally picked up a guitar and in 30 seconds wrote that song about, you know, oh, my money's all gone and soon to be my home. I did that and recorded it on voice memo, and it took a few seconds to do, you know. And he's past that point. He can't even do that anymore. He's having to let me pull someone else's song and just mimic it. And then he even tried to get me on the 50-year-old Fall Out Boy thing, was mimicking the wrong band. It wasn't even 50-year-old. It wasn't Fall Out Boy. It was Lit. It's like you're not even getting the shit right, you know, from even that. So I see I've got seen Jerry Squad say the only went after Ryan Upchurch's money because he was exposing the traffic, and they really believe it. Hey, here's my honest opinion on all this. I think by the end of 2026, everyone who's standing firmly on his side is going to feel about this fucking tall when things actually start, because wheels are in motion. I'll tell you that. And he can blame me for every single bit of it because I did everything I could and talked to everyone that would listen. Now, I can't make a move any faster, but I told him the truth, you know. So I believe by the end of
Do what
2026,
you
a lot of
could.
people are going to look dumb as hell standing on the sidelines. Why didn't Jerry
for the-
settle
for
when
the-
he paid? Why didn't Jerry settle when he paid Ickmill?
it could melt. I don't. We weren't.
I
around for
wasn't
that.
around for that. I'm not really. I couldn't give you the facts on that. I saw Progressive said no public link drops. Yeah, we cut that after that last one didn't go the way we thought. We didn't. I was trying to do a good thing and it just didn't work out. Now, we don't mind bringing people up if they can stay calm. At the moment you start going wild, I'm just going to boot you.
Yeah,
But if you
that's
want to,
the
hit
worst
up
part
Blu-ray.
about it, too. This has brought out the worst of people. I've seen some characters come through this algorithm, through this thing. It's, yeah, dog, like that. I was worried when I seen some of the characters popping up on your last live the next morning when I got up and watched it. I was like, oh, shit. You know, from the minute they clicked the live, I was like, it's going to suck, you know. But imagine being that unaware, though. You know, like he doesn't realize that. You think Kalani wants to fly in from, I think Texas is where he's from. You
Yeah.
think he wants to fly in and sit there to some, you know, Ray Shrimmer beat and listen to him like degrade some woman that literally, I mean, we just seen your video where Chelsea's like right beside him trying to help him through this troubling time of his daughter and his wife leaving him, you know,
Yeah.
or girlfriend or whatever. Like Chelsea's right there beside him, like, here's what you need to do with the court. Here's how you need to file. Like somebody, like literally right there beside you, helping you. And then, you know, fast forward whatever, a few weeks, a month, or whatever it is, and you fly this dude in just to talk shit about this woman
Yeah.
because like
Disgusting.
you're a jackass. Like you're
Yeah,
so
and she wasn't on the payroll, and there were so many nights that I would get home after being there for fucking 13, 14 hours and just want 2 hours to decompress, and I get home and he's got her on a FaceTime. You know, she was giving hours of herself every day to this dude too, to talk him through crazy shit, you know?
Tried to.
And then to come after her, it's one thing to come after me. I would have took that on the chin, and I don't give a fuck, but to come after her in that way is just
Look,
despicable.
I
honestly.
have no issue with Kalani. I know he's got a family. He's got mouths to feed. He's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah.
We've all been on the wrong side
Yeah.
of all of this mess, and
Well, and he
I
has no
know-
choice in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And,
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say for Jerry's sake, like I wish you knew
For
that
him-
Kalani is rolling his eyes when he's on that plane ride home. Like this fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
Listen, to him, everybody is expendable. Everybody's a stepping stone. It doesn't matter how much of yourself you give to him, how loyal you are, how hardworking. It doesn't matter. If you don't fit the bill right there in the moment, then you're expendable.
That's evident.
Yeah, there's no genuine care for people at all, as you can see from, you know, Ripta said Felicia played counselor for him and her
Yeah.
more hours than I ever cared to admit. It's insane looking back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Chad and
See?
I have done the same thing. There have been times we'd gone over and during, you know, rough times, we'd stay the night and just try to be good influences
Yeah.
and positive influences. And that's the thing is you can ask who is in his life right now that's been in his life.
Yeah. And I see people talking about bringing Cashville up. I have no interest in bringing Cashville up. I've never spoke illy of that dude, and the fact that he even placated to some of that stuff, I have no love for that. I don't want anything to do with him. I think it's funny that he starts reaching out to other people once he gets fucked over in the last week or so and wanting to work with me. That's never going to happen, dude. I have nothing, you know, I don't wish any ill will towards him, but I don't want to see his face, and I'm not going to bring him up. He use his own platform to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
What y'all are saying about Ryan too, about how y'all tried to help him so much, to me, that's the worst kind of person. Is like they know that in those moments that you're helping them. They ask for it, they reach out for it, and then they turn around and shit on you and put you to the wayside as soon as they get the opportunity. And then so they don't look bad, they just throw everything on you. That's happened. I've got burned like that like 3 or 4 times in my life. That's the worst. And I don't know, man. I'm like even passionate about it. It just sucks when people do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically
Everybody-
puts the support system away.
Yeah.
One thing
yeah.
you're just going to
Basically
push
what it
everybody away that ever wanted to help you. And just like Ripta was saying, you know, like they dedicated all that time to him. And it's funny because Triple T just uploaded today some Instagram stories from last year when Ripta moved out. And it was, you know, the same thing, like just completely throw him under the bus, talk to him like he's trash and say, oh, you know, and had the nerve to say, well, Ripta's daughter is going to grow up and know that you lived with some man or whatever. And sure, you could paint that narrative and make it look like Ripta was just living with you, you know, because he had nowhere else to go. But there's also the other side of it where Ripta and his wife like gave up their goals, life, future to come move in with you and help you out. You know, like nobody ever like sees that coin from the other side.
Yeah.
And it's because he doesn't allow anybody to do it. And some of these people are so simple-minded, and he relies on that. He relies on these people to have no depth, like they just take everything surface level, what Ryan says, and it's wild.
Like yes, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
And we were never that. Like, that's the
shame.
thing is, we weren't yes men. I would tell them when I thought something didn't sound good or when I thought something was wild. Now, I did it in a very white gloves kind of way. Almost had to baby it, you know, but we would say, you know, what we thought. And when it got to the point he wouldn't listen, I just shut the fuck up. I mean, that's the truth. What's these guest connection to Upchurch, Waffle House says all of them react on him. You know, they've kind of seen it all go from behind the scenes. And
Former Creek Squad.
yeah, former Creek Squad. It's almost like we're what's the kind of group I'm thinking? A support group. This is the the support group right here. So yeah, that's the connection. Wasn't he paying you $20K a month, $240K a year? It was actually more than that, and that wasn't enough. And that wasn't enough. And I would never, he could have said, hey, stick around for $1 million a month. I said, no. The moment you go down and you start talking to the cops and trying to file false police reports on me about something that is easily verified through my phone, through the accountants, through everything else, that was enough for me. I was fucking done, you know.
I mean, being drug around at 3 o'clock in the morning, all that, like, I can't imagine, man.
Yeah.
I really can't imagine.
Yeah, so your money's off,
Video
but it still
calls.
wasn't enough.
You think that he's worth 17.5?
No, absolutely not. Allegedly, in my opinion, he's probably at this moment in his life, he's worth probably about negative $10 million.
Wow.
And I know, and the catalog's not worth that anymore. There might have been a time where the catalog was worth, you know, what he's held on to for so many years. It's not worth that now. It is not worth that now.
Can't be.
I keep seeing someone scroll back up real
Okay.
quick, just a little stop. Someone said, have y'all even had one Ryan supporter have the nuts to come on live yet? We had one who's in this chat, and it was about 5 seconds of trolling.
Just saying.
Nobody's come up to have a discussion.
Yeah, just saying Chelsea. You know,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
But
it.
they
nobody
won't.
said,
Oh,
like,
man,
hey,
come
this
on,
is
bro.
Yeah.
why I support
Make it
him.
interesting.
Look,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. If you're a supporter of him and you're watching this and you could
Yeah.
come have a call, I am intrigued. I really am, because I've never liked any artist so much to believe in everything they say and do. Like, and I have idolized musicians over the years, but not in that kind of way. So I find
Me
it
too.
very intriguing. I would love to have a real conversation, and not one that where anyone's going to attack you. I just want to know what it is. How can you look past all these things and continue to look past all these things?
Yeah, sad thing is you won't never get what you're looking for though. Like,
Yeah.
like so I would like to know too. You know, like there's a certain one in here asking over and over too for the link, and I mean this guy can watch Jerry, you know, literally spiral down the drain and do everything he's doing, but still take, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours out of his life to make like little goofy mean pictures and like send them to me, Triple T, and like I don't get it.
What are you
Like,
doing,
and
bro?
I can
What are
tell
you
just
doing?
by what you do there that nothing
Yeah.
you say is going to be intelligent enough or coherent enough to like make sense or seriously, though, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's embarrassing almost.
Yeah.
Like he just like takes my I've got like 147 message requests from this same guy, and
God.
it's like, dude, you do realize that like I'm not Ryan's counselor. Like I'm not in charge of his future, right? I'm just the guy saying, hey, look at this train wreck. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like
That's
if
it.
you want to fix that train wreck, like go speak to some of the engineers that work on the railroad. Like I'm not any part. Like I'm just the guy saying, hey, haha, this guy sucks. You know what I mean? Like, but your efforts.
It's flattery, though, bro. It's
Yeah.
flattery.
Yeah,
You
your
have to
efforts
take
should
that
go.
as flattery. It's like, okay, I'm pressing a nerve.
It's crazy,
flattering.
you know, and
Yeah.
I would, you know, I would, whatever. Like, I would pull for you, buddy. I hope that you're doing okay, and I hope that you know what I mean. Like, you know, what I mean? Like this is very important to you. Like, so, but my question would always be, like, if I got on one day and I seen your picture of me, like, whatever, you know, like this different scenarios that you put me in, and I go, all right, that's it. This picture's too much for me. I quit. I'm never going to make fun of Ryan again. How does that help Ryan? You know what I mean?
Well, that's
is
true.
Ryan okay after that? You know what I mean? Like, is
Sup,
everything
Charlie,
going to be
Cat
better?
Daddy?
They're going
That's
to, you
the
know,
thing,
they're going to
man,
avoid
is-
the $18 million settlement because you got me to stop talking about it. Like, you got to ask yourself these tough questions, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't fix anything. Like,
He's
I'm not.
gonna he's gonna find out real soon for sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw where
sad, dude. I pray for
Ripta
you guys.
said, I moved mountains for that motherfucker, and in the end, all I got was some debt and a front row seat to some of the wildest shit I've ever seen. Still wouldn't change a thing,
Yikes.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now that we've been removed from it, like,
This is the second time we've been removed
yeah, but
from it.
the first time was, I promise you, it wasn't like this, but also we didn't spend the same amount of time with him. We were bouncing all over. We weren't just working with him. We were working for a variety of other artists up until probably the last year and a half where we worked directly for him. But even then, we spent time with the crew. We didn't, you know, he would kind of pop in and out of things. So we were more bonding with the guys in the band, you know, the manager, you know, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and Omni said something really, let's see. He said something about, you know, was there and then met Trevor and some other people through it and created those bonds and those friendships. And that's kind of how it works is, everybody is still in communication. Like, I mean, truly, almost everybody is still in communication, or at least can have a kind conversation with each other.
Yeah.
The only
That's
variable that can't is Ryan.
And there are a lot of, I didn't anticipate this happen, but there are a lot of good things that came from this for us. Because for one, we were able to get closure, we were able to heal, but I was also able. It inspired me to reach out to people I haven't talked to in a long time, make some good apologies, get people back in my life that I'm very thankful for. Other people that were great people that pretty much stopped being creative too because of him. And a lot of these people are kind of re-inspired now. So there's been a lot of positivity come from this very negative thing.
Everything happens for a reason, bro. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what we got
Yeah.
over here.
It'll make you appreciate what you got. And just like Ripta was saying, like he rests easy at night knowing that he did everything he could. And, that's a good feeling. Like it makes all the pain and heartache, worth it in some sense that you're like, man, I did everything I could, in the moment, like in the thick of it, whenever Ryan is doxing the apartment that he thinks Ripta and his family and his babies are at, you know what I mean? Like that's stressful, but at the end of the day, he knows that he did everything he could, and a lot of people are
aside
around
from taking him by his collar and jerking him up and being like, you're wrong, you're whatever, because that wouldn't have worked anyways if anybody would have done that. It had just, probably gotten you shot, honestly. But, I mean, it's crazy because we know exactly how Ripta feels. You have done everything you possibly can to try to better this man's life and, in turn, better the lives of the people around him, and it's still not good enough. And it's not because of anybody who's tried.
Yeah. And Ripta's a great dude. I'm not just saying that because he's sitting behind me. But me and him really didn't get close until after the situation. All of us kind of.
You got him, Ripta.
I'm sorry, Ripta.
Yeah, I was looking.
Ripta's good too. I'm talking about Trevor.
Mind you, I'm looking for
Oh,
Ripta
yeah.
in the back,
Hey,
like Ripta. I see
Look.
Trevor.
I'm old, okay? I'm old. Trevor is a great dude. And so Ripta, we hadn't hung a lot out together, but I've never had any bad experiences with him. But Trevor's a great dude. But we were all in this, like, living through this trauma. So when we left each other from his house, we didn't really hang out or talk because we just needed to get home and get reminded, why are we even still doing what we're doing, and get to decompress from it. So I never got the real chance to hang out with Trevor until this last, however many days, 40, 45 days. And I feel like we've became close. We've healed together. I'm feeling more like a human being again. I feel like he's probably feels the same way.
100%.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm just really thankful. I'm really thankful that I was able to get out of that situation and that things have gone in the direction they've went. And you can't not tell me there's not some greater power involved. Just with everything that's happened to us, there's so much that's happened to us I can't even talk on just yet. Like this, the thing that I thought was be the worst thing that happened in my life might end up being one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I'm very thankful for that. And I didn't think that going in. I really didn't.
Yeah.
That's crazy. how
That's
that works.
awesome, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's an awesome way to look at it. And that's my hopes too, just for like as a content creator in this space, man, it'd be dope if like the community spawned together. And Rock, I haven't even talked to you about this since I made that video, but I made this video where I was essentially calling out all these creators like, all right, like, are we going to beat a dead horse or can we move on?
Yeah.
But over the course of time, I've talked to Gotcha a few times about it. I just started to realize, man, there's really a responsibility there. It was wrong of me to dismiss that. So I apologize to you, Rock. But I feel like the more united that effort is moving into the future, the better off all of us are as content creators. It just sucks some of those fans like the one you're talking about that'll come up here and just troll. Like, I get it, bro. Like, I got a Upchurch fan. He thinks Upchurch is the GOAT. He's in my Discord. He's a member on my channel. But even he, I'm not going to say his name, obviously, but even he realizes, like, yeah, that's over the line. But I still think he's the GOAT. And I'm like, fair enough. You know what I mean? But it just takes, like, realism. Just people being real. Be real with yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Authenticity, you can't fake it, I see someone keep asking over the the soft white underbelly episode. They said they liked it.
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cover our stuff while we had these
Yeah.
guys on.
Yeah,
on
we'll
their
talk
time.
about- we'll talk about
But
that later, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
we'll talk about it later.
We're not
for
ignoring
sure.
you. Adderall is a hell of a drug, allegedly. Yeah.
Yo, paying $20 to say that is hilarious.
Yeah, but especially when you're taking handfuls at a time, you know.
I'll tell you what,
Sweet
too, it makes
Adderall,
you,
boy.
makes you
I used to
appreciate having clarity, right? Like we would take it for granted if it wasn't for some situations like this. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, if that dude just had some clarity in his life, man, it's sad. But nobody will even guide him towards it or like feel if
Well,
they can. Like it's
You stay up for a certain amount of time, bro, you're gonna start seeing stuff. I remember,
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all that one of my drug stories from whenever I was on drugs. I was up for probably just right at around 3 days.
Jesus.
And listen, I would swear it over and over again. I pull into my neighborhood, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, dark outside, and I hit a dog. And I get out, and the owner of the house is running outside. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I break down and I'm crying because I think I'm going to end up going to jail. I got all kinds of drugs in the car as well, right? And then I kind of look up and it's daylight outside. There's no dog. And I'm just like literally knelt on the side. That's how your mind tricks you whenever
Yeah.
you're up for so long and you got these amphetamines pumping in your system. It gets
Yeah.
tough, man. Like a part of me, that's why I told y'all before, like a part of me feels for him, but a part of me also realizes like you have to hit that bottom before you can bounce up, dog. It
Yeah.
just is what it is.
Yeah. No, I agree. I saw someone. Let me see if I can find it. Chad, I've liked Ryan for years because of some of his songs and followed him because of his funny beef videos. So I've seen it all, not sure what to make of all of it. Hey, and I get that. I think there comes a point sometimes you have to separate the art from the artist. It's okay to, if a song's good and you like it, but sometimes you have to separate it. I've had to do it throughout my life several times.
100%. I'm
Yeah.
a Kanye West fan, so I totally
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, you definitely got to separate it then.
Yeah, definitely.
I did see somebody ask about how many people are getting their like Creek Squad tattoos or their RTC tattoos or whatever covered.
Hers
I
is
did.
hers. She got hers covered, and mine is this fucking big on the back of my leg. So I'm going to get mine. I
yeah, I've seen
actually
that.
thought about having it burned off for this documentary.
I had my little moons.
Bro,
there,
don't
you see
burn it
Creek
off.
Squad right there. And as soon as he posted the picture of that guitar, I went in and my buddy covered it for me because I was like, I'm not going to be associated with that shit. So
Bro, don't burn it off. You could literally do like a circle with a line through it, man. Don't burn it off.
Yeah, well, I
It hurts
thought
so
I thought
much.
about that too, but I think I've got a way I'm going to work around it. It's pretty bold, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely getting mine fixed here in the next couple months when I have time. Let's see.
your main
I just saw
target.
one. They're popping up pretty quick. I don't know who Nick Phillips is. That's
Preach, Rich.
okay, just a troll.
That's a
He's the one
troll,
that came
yeah.
on last
Nick
time.
Okay.
is pissing people off, boy.
Okay, it's fine. We'll keep blocking
he
him. It's all good.
begs for
Nick
it.
Phillip is definitely a troll.
Yeah,
he's
poor
the one
guy.
that came on last time, and then he got blocked, and then made another account to come in here.
Okay.
And then waited 5 minutes so he could keep commenting.
I saw
And
this one.
Third Eye. Whoever
I was
Third
a
Eye
heroin
is.
addict. I went through a county program to get on Suboxone. I guess then was on 28 milligrams for 6 years, and I went to being nothing sober for 5 years. Hey, congratulations, man! That's something to be
That is
proud
fire,
of.
man.
I've got
Super dope.
I've got people in my family too that were addicted to opioids, and so I know the struggle. And I have, so that congratulations to you.
Absolutely. Those stories, man, like I love hearing stories like that. Like that's what keeps me going and maybe like part of the underlying reason why I keep going on this guy, like to try to help him out in some way. But I like I was telling you the other day, Chad, like I wonder if this is like some sort of a lottery game, like put it all on red. Like if I just double down, triple down and make the biggest stink, you know what I mean? Like get all this, the whole world looking at me for being a moron and saying somebody ain't real and losing this lawsuit. Is that attention? Like, will the return on that be worth it? You know what I mean? Like, because people play these big number games, you know what I mean? And it's like, hey, if everybody's looking at me as the guy who just lost in a despicable lawsuit, will they give my album a shot to see if they like my music or not. Like, I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what his angle is, or if he's just that completely lost.
I don't think that's the angle. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's man. I don't know. I tried to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
When he kept
It would always
going,
be. It would be way more cut and dry if there wasn't. There's so many people that muddy the waters and make it more than what it. You know, it's a simple. It's always simple, cut and dry, but then you'll have these freaking morons that muddy the water and make it more than what it is, or more than what it ain't, or whatever. Like, you know, like the guy that messaged you and was like, "Oh, hey, don't mess with that gotcha guy." But yeah, he's a meanie and put flyers up in my town.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that deep. Like, and if you
I'm-
honestly feel compelled to try to, like, are you trying to get votes? Are you, you know,
That's-
are
we've
you a
had
candidate in the next
people,
running?
yeah, we've had people come to us pretty much about every single reactor, and it's like, don't mess with them, don't trust them, don't do this, don't do that, and it's like, you know, that's your opinion. We're going to form our own opinions, and if we get burnt in the process, then we get burnt in the process, but we're adults, we can handle it. But we're not, just because somebody messages and says, hey, you know, this person sucks, like, that's up to us. Just like it's up to people to decide if Ryan sucks or not. And the thing is if you guys weren't around pointing out some of these things, like with him, the fans that are still around, with him posting about John Rich, there are going to be people that take that as gospel and say, oh my God, John Rich is doing that. But if nobody comes out and posts a video like Gotcha Man did, that's why I absolutely, because I try to stay out of it. I try to have some self-control, but that's why I posted my whole long story, because it's like there's the misinformation. I can't stand the misinformation. I can't stand slandering someone's name, which is why I'm going to say something. So if nobody says
You're right.
something, then there's going to be nothing for somebody to watch and be like, oh my God, this guy is not a reliable source of information.
yeah. And I'm gonna let y'all handle that after the 28th, which is tomorrow. I'll let y'all handle it. Like, that's the thing. I see Chad. If Church apologized to you, would you forgive him? If Ryan got on an actual live and not only apologized to me, but he went down to the sheriff's department and said, "Hey, I'm sorry for lying about that. I wasn't in
Never.
the right frame of mind." And then he made a heartfelt apology. Yes, I'd forgive him, but I don't want to be friends with him. I don't want to work with him. I just want him to do his own thing, and I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Super fair, man. That's super big of you, honestly.
Yeah. And I feel like that's like, I don't know. And I don't want to say more than what I should, but
Yeah.
I respect that for sure.
Oh shit! I'm trying to catch them guys as best as we can. Gotcha's Man Video Day is the 100% truth of what Ryan's attempting to do. Yeah, I think Gotcha Man's. I think everybody on this panel is really perceptive to things, just by the things I've seen.
Predictable. So predictable.
And even before we all had any contact or communication, I can say with confidence that, you know, you guys never definitively speak on anything that you don't know about. And we've watched, but like in between Chad quitting and in between us interacting, and it's kind of the reason why we chose to have these interactions, is because you guys were, again, perceptive, and you saw it for what it was. And the way you talked about it and how you're able to see it, you're very correct in 99.9% of everything that you guys say. So we wouldn't be supporting anybody that would come up and just throw wild accusations, you know, throw mud and hope it sticks. So.
And that's in our opinion, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, and I wouldn't I don't take that gift for granted, to be able to see through stuff and see it for what it is. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that I do, because I don't want, you know, it's always a fear of everybody. Well, people who have respect for themselves. Like, I don't want to be a fool and go the wrong way, but like, I can usually see things for what they are without.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody to tell me either. You know.
Same.
Yeah.
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 So, any questions about the next episode, man? We've been working our ass off. We've deleted and uploaded, and that
It's
ain't good
tomorrow,
enough.
right?
It's tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna do it tomorrow, probably 8 p.m. Central. And it's.
for it, man.
I know we said that several times, and we dropped them early. That was a lot of strategy involved in those, but this one really is coming out tomorrow at 8 or 9 p.m. Central.
I just want to say too, it was dope seeing Leroy with you in that video and
Oh,
hear
yeah, I
him
like
be
that.
inspired, and somebody reaching out to him and helping him with his catalog and some of the money that's owed to him. Like that was cool to see that.
And I'm very excited for him, and that's probably one of, like, our intentions are to be in the country rap lane after this. Like, I'm gonna go do my own thing. I still want to stay in touch with you guys. Like I said, I want to eventually have like everybody come down and we'll create some content together that's maybe not country rap specific, just to be able to be content creators. But my hope for this was at the end of it, when we walk away, and continue doing our thing, that a lot of these people can let bygones be bygones, make some real heartfelt apologies, and unite. Now that whoever, the king of country rap is no longer, maybe now is a good time for forgiveness and moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm with that, brother. I'm with that.
And yeah, it is going to be our last episode. It's going to be the last episode that Chad and I make and put out under the Offbeat banner.
On social media and
We're
YouTube.
ready for some peace, a little bit of peace. We got our story out. Trevor got to get his story out, and we're happy. We're
Yeah.
happy with it.
And-
And it's not the end of the story.
Yeah,
by
and that's the
any
thing.
means.
If you have a story to tell, hey, there's 3 other guys on the panel right now. I'm hoping some other people feel empowered and finally come and speak out. So there's 3 other people you can reach out to, and still reach out to us. I'll still hear you out and try and connect with you on a personal level. We've done that several times throughout this process. There's a lot of people that just don't want to. They're still scared. They don't want to come out and speak out because they don't want the heat that comes with it, and I understand that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping there'd be some good questions in the chat. What's up, Missy Beach? How are
There's
you?
a bunch of them.
Yeah, there is.
I'm just trying to keep
Going
up with it.
fast.
The only thing Ryan has learned from the lawsuit is that Kylie is definitely real. Yes, guys, come on, man.
I hope so.
Yeah, you've got to.
I had some people messaging me earlier saying that he's in the comment section saying that it's not real, that people shouldn't believe the verdict.
Oh my God, I've got this.
Wow.
If someone popped off in here with the same thing, well, buddy, what are you gonna say when they come put locks on everything and tell you got to move?
Crazy.
What will be the story then?
The first headline that I saw about that, it said Nashville YouTuber hit with. I thought that was hilarious. That
Yeah.
made him
Yes.
mad, boy. That
But
hit him hard. He thinks
Here's
he's
here's
Elvis,
my
for Christ's
question
sake.
though: are you a YouTuber if you're only putting out 3 videos in 3 months? I mean, are you even a YouTuber at that
That's a
point?
good question, man. It's a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
He tried to use the YouTube videos as
Are you
fillers.
even a
Yeah,
YouTuber? is
maybe an
hilarious.
ex-YouTuber would have been a better way to describe that. Let's see.
Just pretend it ain't real. Go get a jet ski and go ride in the river.
Yeah,
Just pretend-
yeah.
Or do
No, he
that.
still thinks she isn't real, but John Rich is real. To my knowledge, he's never met John Rich. So how does he know? Under the way he thinks about things, how does he know he's real?
How about that formula though of like singing, like a little verse of their song, like their chorus or whatever? He did the same thing with Adam. He did the same thing with Jelly Roll, and he's
Yeah.
doing the same thing with John Rich. Like he sings a little part of their song as he's like talking shit about them
Yeah.
and saying nobody listens to you, but then he sings like the verse and
Yeah.
it's the
Well,
best.
at least one person's listening to him
Like
because
a
he knows
song-
the verse.
A song that's probably going to be in the top 100 country songs of all time. This man
Yeah.
has probably more money than God because of it. I don't care if you don't know country. I guarantee you know
Yeah.
Big and Rich, or you've at least heard at least one of their songs.
Yeah.
And
100%.
that's it's just envy, and it's just I
Jealousy.
mean oh God.
Yeah, if Ryan wasn't who he was and somebody seen him do that, they'd be like, "Oh, this poor sap's jealous. Look at this, locale or whatever."
Yeah.
But because of who Ryan is, they're like, "Well, wait a minute. What did John own that house?" And it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Because
when do you
he
lose that
used to-
credibility?
Yeah, he used to have credibility, and you're right. It's the same formula over and over and over
over
again.
and over.
It's find a person, have a problem with them, connect them to something messed up, mock them in some way, shape, or form, whether it's doing a voice for them or pointing out something about their physicality that he wants to emphasize, or, and then that's what he does. And
Yep.
I think
And
when
then
he
the
started
album comes
doing
right
that,
behind it.
right. Right, and then a bunch of diss tracks with an album. But I think when he started doing that, you know, it was funny, and he was doing it to, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to say that because I don't know if anybody ever really deserved it. And I could be wrong. I could be putting my foot in my mouth here. But it was funny at the beginning. And I think he got the reaction he wanted from people so often. And he kept doing it. Got that, like, dopamine hit or whatever
Yep.
from doing it. And I think it just became a cycle in his brain that is pretty much unbreakable. And I think he just does it without even consciously being aware that he does it now.
Yeah,
So
every
is
time he
jealous
went
because-
through a beef, he would try to get the beef going, and then he'll out of nowhere make a couple videos, and then he'll do the diss track, and then another diss track, and then your career is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like clockwork
like
with
that.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, you wonder why nobody wants to speak out. You know, why does
Exactly.
nobody want to
It's scary.
speak out against him or what? Even without, there was always that threat of like, oh, he's got money, so he can afford lawyers. And, you know, we can't call him on this stuff because we're just regular people.
ASAP, Chad, for you, do you think he believes what he says, or is it for attention? I think it's a little of both, in my opinion.
I do.
I tried to figure that out. I really did. I would call him out on some things, and he would pull me to the side and even be like, hey, I'm just saying that for the other people in the room. I know you know it, but that's just for the other people in the room, you know? So I don't know.
He's constantly playing a game in his own mind.
Yeah. I think in some aspects he believes his bullshit at this point. Yeah, I hope
so
that that's
much
the
that you
case, because
start
if not, that makes, I mean, it
It's
way
super
more
sad
evil.
if not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's way sadder. Yeah.
Ripta said, I got brown recluse bites, so I'll be in the shower a little longer tonight. I'd come up if that wasn't the case. Y'all just go ahead and eat dinner without me.
Yeah.
Ripta,
There we go.
I hope you have a great shower, sir. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing in there, but hopefully it's never mind.
I understand, I understand Ripta. But yeah,
Gotta
no,
cool
there's
down.
definitely some of the people that deserved it, I will say that for sure. Like, if you're like a twacked out meth addict in Kentucky saying that you're mayor and you're that dude definitely deserved it. And it's funny because it's turned tenfold on Ryan. Now he's the same person, you know, and his mayor and everybody is this big conspiracy. And so that's funny.
I see. It says what's funny is Save a Horse Ride a Cowboy has 319 million streams. That's 206 million more than Holler Boys. Yeah, it was a massive song. It was a massive song. I mean, I'm not a big country fan, but I mean that's the facts of it. People liked it, or it wouldn't have the streams it has.
Yeah, and we all know that one.
Yeah, and I know
I
it.
was
I can sing it,
introduced-
and I don't listen to country. You know.
Yeah, same. I was introduced to Ryan's music through that beef. I had heard the YZ record, which that record's dope. I do think that record is dope. But the beef was like my first time hearing him rap, and I was like, I don't even know. Like, to the person that said earlier, like separating the art from the artist, I'm with you. But like I tried the art too, and the art's trash. Like to me, that's just to
Yeah.
me. So I was like, man, I can't even rock with the art. Now he also has something to give him a little bit of grace. He had some song that he sung about heavier rain. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
He smoked that, bro. That was hard. That's his lane. If you get right, Ryan, if you end up seeing this, if you get right, that's your lane. Like do that sing-songy stuff. You're on it.
Oh yeah, Ripta said he's convinced he was experimented on by the government when he was younger, and
Yes.
I can't wait for that to be his final play. And I'll say allegedly, in my opinion, from somebody who may or may not have given birth to him. I heard that I was told he was born without tear ducts. Him and one of his other brothers, and when they were infants, had like surgery, and it's not a like 1 in a million thing. Like it doesn't happen all the time, but you know it happens. So the tear ducts were reconstructed, but he would say that he had like a copper implant or something put up there.
I've
that-
heard some of the wildest things about that.
it's like MK, something to do with MK Ultra and other government experiments and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the
allegedly.
government got together. I don't know if you guys knew this, but years ago there was a top secret meeting that happened at the White House. They got together and said, hey, we want to change the world. How do we do it? Well, hey, I think 20 years from now there's going to be some country rap thing that's going to take off. So let's plant this country rap artist, make him the biggest independent artist in the world so we can feed him information to the masses. Does that sound logical to anybody?
At
No,
first, in the
bro.
first half, you had me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you saw his tinfoil hat glint in the sunlight. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that light bulb is not rechargeable. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, that was not something you could get off of Amazon where you touch the pressure plate and it comes on. That was just mind power. That was the government's implants and just pure brain power setting that thing off.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
actually did order a light bulb, and
I was gonna do some of those light bulb content, but
I have
I've got so much stuff I filmed that I never use that I might hold for something,
yeah.
But and then she taught me out of a lot of stuff. She taught me out a lot, which is probably a good reason why. Because
It doesn't mean I'm not going to unleash him on the world at a later point in time. But there were some things. There was so much heavy stuff that we had to touch on that laughter and that comedic
Yeah.
relief was needed
yeah.
in interims. But I
Balance
think
it
after
out.
we get all of that out, who
Yeah.
knows? You might see another Little Larry video one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
See,
go
ahead.
I just wanted to say that, like, and I don't mean this in a funny way whatsoever, but like the mental illness and his mom, allegedly, in my opinion, like when I was first introduced to this, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago, when I first started making videos of like, yeah, this dude definitely got a call from his father about a cocaine deal or whatever. Like his father found me and reached out to me and called me and was like, man, you don't understand. Like his mother, my ex-wife, she's really mentally ill. She's way out there, blah, 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 and like would just talk to me for hours, just spilling his heart out to me about all this family problems that he's had. And I was like, man, that's, and that stuff is hereditary, and she's so delusional too. We've seen her, mingle with, rub shoulders with people, whatever. I don't want to say names or whatever, say the wildest shit on here, whatever. But I wonder how much of that, besides possible substance use, but, like if his mom is that mentally ill, and he believes he's part of some experiment, then it's probably not.
I try not to speak on the family because I do still care about a lot, most of them, most of them have been good to us. So that's kind of why I've strayed from that, talking about that, because ultimately I know that what they want is to have their loved one back in the capacity that he once was, So, I hope they're all able to eventually heal from this, because I do care about them, and some of them have been really good to us, so I
think
try not
that's
to
the
speak on
message
that, but
to even
I
to all the
respect
haters
that.
out there, like we all want that. What you're saying, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
for
That's
sure.
deep.
We want everybody, like we will ultimately want everybody to be okay. But at the same point in time, when you have caused so much harm, done so much damage, and put so much evil out into the world, you have to be held accountable for that.
Yes.
There has to be some kind of repercussion for
Yep.
that. And for that, I hope that he gets everything that he deserves, and he deserves a lot. But there are casualties in that, being some of his family who definitely don't deserve that. So it's kind of a slippery slope, but there are several of them that don't deserve the bad that is coming, I guess, with, he's got liens on everything. Like this isn't going to get better for him. It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
It might get better
Yeah.
at some point in time, and it might be able to do something good for his family at some point in time. But right now, and when he had the opportunity to do good for his family, he didn't. So I just hope that they can all find some kind of healing and move on, even if it's without him.
Me too. And the fans that he's hurt, or the fans that are misconstrued and confused. I feel that same way about them too. I'm just like, man,
yeah,
you
some
get
are
so
probably
wrapped up in loyalty, you get lost sometimes. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like.
what I'm saying. Some
Yep.
people probably have an identity crisis at this point. People that were like those hardcore fans, that are starting to turn, because that was their identity for so long,
Yeah.
because he had us all. He had a lot of us convinced he was like the archetype of what a Southern gentleman was, and that just wasn't the case,
And you know what, those people, and I hope they can rest easy in this thought process, is you know, they supported him when they thought that he was a good guy. They supported him when they thought he was speaking out for good purposes and trying to speak out on the evil of the world. And I hope that they see that he is the cause of some of the evil in the world and don't hold themselves accountable. Like if they stop now, or they stop when they realize like, oh my God, he's actually not a good person, you know, don't beat yourself up too much about it.
C1 says, I feel sorry for his kid when she grows up and is going to see all of this. And I'll be honest, one of the main reasons I took a stance was my family, because at the end of the day, I knew maybe when they got older and they understood what I went through, that they would have some respect that I stood up against someone with such a powerful platform, thinking that I was going to be taken out and have to disappear from the internet. And I think there's a lesson in that somewhere, that stand up and do what's right, be truthful. I've tried to answer everything he threw at me truthfully, even when it was kind of hard to talk about. I didn't want to talk about my past relationship stuff. I don't like talking to the masses about my criminal record. It's no one's fucking business but mine. But I knew I had to. I knew it was the right thing to do.
Respect.
Yeah, for sure. It's just surprising there's not a single person around him that can set him down. And I guess not surprising.
No, and we tried. Maybe someone will, but it wasn't us, you know.
Well, it's so.
Well, that's not a shot at y'all. I think that's a shot at Ryan. Like, not able to. You have to be able to take some sort of criticism, right?
For sure. Here, you take over. I got to take a piss.
Batter day.
So one of the anecdotes that I'll tell, and this is kind of how it was with him, is he'd come to one of us with an issue, or there would be some kind of baseline thing. Maybe we said, hey, you need to call the police for this. Like, this is beyond our area of expertise. Like, reach out to law enforcement, reach out to whatever. So like if he came to me and said, hey, the sky's green today, why is the sky green? I'd be like, well, Ryan, there's some bad weather coming in. There's a tornado coming in possibly. You know, the sky does take a greenish tinge and blah, blah, blah. And he'd be like, oh, okay. It wouldn't stop it like, oh, bad weather coming in, there's a tornado, whatever. It just happens.
Right.
Sometimes it would be, you know, well, Elon Musk must be out there with Donald Trump in the weather machine. And, you know, Kanye West is going to drop a new album on the 24th because it's 94 degrees. And if you take the, you know, exponential of this number and this number, aha, I've got it figured out.
Yeah.
And it's just
Lord.
like, holy shit, no, the sky's green because there's bad weather coming in. It was never good enough. It would never stop at that. So that's the best way that I can describe the chaos that goes on for something that should be so simple.
I can't
That's
imagine
such
the
an
video of
interesting
aliens. Sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
No, you're fine. I was just ad-libbing.
I can just imagine the video of aliens he's doing. Who's going to dress up? I am waiting on pins and needles to watch this alien video and see how I'm tied up in it. From what I understand, and now this is allegedly in my opinion, my name was mentioned from the bench in his examination or whatever you want to call it. Somehow tied in with the Cajun Army. I wasn't even a part of that case, dog. Like that was wild. I cannot wait to get those transcripts.
Man,
All
I
right,
hate
y'all,
to-
I gotta head out of here, man. I gotcha. Pleasure. Chill Rock, always a pleasure. And it was
All right,
great to meet y'all.
Same here.
Chad,
I don't know where
Thank you,
I
Nelson.
don't know where you're from, Nelson, but I would love
Savannah,
to
Georgia.
talk to you too about coming down and doing some content if you got any interest in that.
He said where he's
Yeah, bro. I'm linked with you in the Instagram, man. We'll trade numbers or whatever. And I really appreciate y'all having me on. And I appreciate getting to know you guys a little bit. Y'all are sweet people, man. So
Yeah.
I genuinely appreciate y'all.
Thank you,
you.
sir.
We
I feel the
appreciate
same
you.
way.
All
Thank
right?
you, brother.
Y'all be safe, man. Peace.
All right, you too.
Peace out, brother.
All
That's what I was
right.
going to say. My middle son just came here. He just got off
Yeah.
his first day of work. I was wanting to talk to him about it and go.
Yeah,
eat it
yeah.
real quick, man. But I love y'all. Chill Rock.
Hey, I love
man.
you, man. I look
Gotcha,
forward to
man. Have a good
meeting you in
night.
person, man. Have a
Oh,
good
we
night.
will.
Gotcha, man.
Like you said, you won't be able to talk on some stuff later on, but I'll talk on it, and I might come
Yep.
down an escalator and up an elevator and
Yeah.
Yep.
meet you
Yeah,
down
come
there.
down the escalator and up the elevator.
All right, I love y'all, man. Have a
All
good
right, I
night.
love you, dog. Later.
Love
All
you.
right,
Thank
See
you.
you, chat.
All right. All right. Oh, shit, wrong one. Hold on, wait. There we go. All right. All right, so just let us know when you need to go chill. We're going to probably rock it for another 20, 30 minutes. Let's try to get some of these questions. Just popping in, I'm guessing I'm going to have to watch this from the beginning. Yes, probably so. Hold it down, gotcha. All right, let's see. If y'all got some questions, let's pop them up here. Now it'd be easier
Pop
to.
up some questions.
Do we want to get anyone else up on?
If anybody else is coming up to have a discussion or wants to,
Yeah, let's
Like
just keep it.
yeah.
Nice. Hit up Trevor, and then we'll have the moderators kind of mediate and make sure it's legit. And that's to include someone if they can have a conversation and be calm. We're not going to cuss you out. We don't want to be cussed out. But if you have an opposing view, I'm all about that. If you have a question you think that you want answered by us, then we're all for that. Let's see.
There's so much.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through these guys 'cause I know we missed a bunch of them.
Goodness.
Any questions, Chill Rock, you could think of about this upcoming episode?
I have no idea. Like, you said I don't got no more with the interview. The interview is out the way, right?
We're not going to use. There's more of the interview. Matter of fact, I have 3 more interviews like that one that are just as good and just as crazy. That I'm not. It all makes sense in the end, but there's a reason why we're not showing all of
yeah.
our cards. Can I say that? There's a reason.
Yeah.
We showed enough cards to prove our side of things, and we tried to only back things up with visuals directly from him. But there's a reason we're not showing all of our cards just yet. It will all make sense in the end. So is there a moving truck at his house today? I was told by 2 different people in the county that there wasn't. Gotcha Man actually has a video of it. So there was a moving truck. Now, what it's for, I don't know. It could be a new shipment of those Japanese drugs, allegedly. Maybe they finally streamlining the Adderall coming to the house, allegedly. There's a bunch of different things it could be. I don't know why there's a moving truck or was.
I did see somebody sent me a comment that he responded on, and they sent it to me last night, and it was him saying that he's been taking his lawyer's been having him take weekly drug tests, and he can't wait to show the results to everybody.
Good. Well, good.
Well, I just, Adderall has a quick half-life, and in a week span, you can use plenty of Adderall and still piss clean on a Sunday and start using it again on a Monday.
Well,
and that's
good.
if it's a legit test. If she's
Well,
having
good.
him
I hope he
pee
is.
in a cup.
I hope he. I mean, based on what I've seen on the internet lately, he doesn't look drug free to me. No. But hopefully he is. He should get drug free and be the best person he can for his family. So I'm not hating on him if he's doing that. That's great news, right? A little too late, but still great news.
I keep seeing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to say, to be fair, someone said hair strain test.
Yeah, hair.
Yeah,
strain
that's the
test.
ones I want to see. Pull that hair and let's test that.
Bamboo, what up, Bamboo?
Yeah. Or some dip pouches. If anybody had any kind of dip pouches or anything that had saliva in it or anything like that,
Some of that.
Someone brought up another YouTuber that they were asking a question about it. We're not going to speak on him. I saw a video like
Like if you had some of these, like dip pouches that had saliva and stuff on it, I wonder what the test results would be. I just in my opinion, allegedly.
He's sticking with the
Anyways,
push
we're not going to speak on him because we saw a video of him being pretty gross and like vulgar towards a child. It was somebody that's been brought up before, somebody that's called both of us multiple times and tried to harass us.
Oh
that
yeah,
has been
yeah.
on the
And
payroll.
believe me, some of these people that have been on the harassing side of things, we see you and we're not forgetting you. We're just not going to address it, but I feel it will be addressed, but it's not going to be in the way that you like. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it the right way. So keep it coming.
Give them my Instagram, and then I can vet some people.
All right, so yeah, we'll do that because we're probably going to stop this at 8 because I've got a friend in and we got some things going on. Plus, we're nearing the end of the edit. and we want to make sure that everything's perfect. If you want to hit up Blu-ray RHEC, BLURAYRHEC, he'll vet you, and if you're legit, then we'll try to bring someone else on. Chill Rock, just let us know. You can hang out the whole time if you want.
Yeah, I'll stay
So-
until y'all done.
Oh, yeah. Lady Tracy said, can a family member have him committed? If so, why haven't they for his safety? So there is something called a 6404 hold in Tennessee. Some of you may know it as like a 5150 hold. I think it's something different in Florida. It starts with a B. But you can have somebody put on a 6404 hold, but it's a 72-hour hold, and you can't hold anybody, I guess, after that. So I guess unless they have some kind of criminal thing where they have to get locked up after it. But yeah, you can't force somebody to be held after that 72-hour mandatory hold.
When's the IRS auction? I don't know, but as soon as I find out, hopefully it's an online auction, because I don't think I can go to the property. But yeah, there's a few things I'd like to get back, maybe to come across the auction board at some point.
Yeah, Baker acted. That's what it is.
Does Ryan invest pumpkin patches? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we're on Central, so we've got like another 25 minutes, if that makes sense. We're on Central time frame. Okay. Yeah. Country. There's
No,
an
he
up
said,
church.
damn, that hurt like hell even playing like that.
Okay. I got you. I thought he was. It's like, yeah, I'd love to bring a supporter up that can talk and have a real conversation. I'd like to know.
Okay, so David Wesley was asking about the person that we're not going to name. He said, yeah, I was just wondering if Ryan knew he was a weirdo before he started paying him. I don't know.
What?
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, Don.
Yeah. Was the person that Ryan was paying to get stuff done on YouTube, did Ryan know that he was a weirdo?
I don't know
before
much
that?
about that dude. I've only known what people have sent us, and what was sent to us was absolutely weird. I mean, but that's the thing. Other than doing what I was told and getting people paid, I mean, that was a normal thing, that I'd have to reach out on his behalf to do something,
So Progressive said many people told Ryan, but he ignored us all.
We need the sausage files, to be honest, or that's still marinating on the back burner. Hey, if you guys need to go, and there's one person that can satisfy that demand, and it's not me. So go talk to him. That's all I'm going to say.
They
Go
not
tag
gonna ask
him
him
and say,
that.
where is it?
They do that, and they're gonna get blocked, and everybody gonna turn on them.
So I keep seeing people say stuff about 12.12. I haven't watched a single thing that he's done. Is he going in pretty hard? Like I haven't watched any of his stuff.
Yeah, because I try to, like, when people are, look, here's the truth. When people are going in hard on me, it's better for me just to not watch it all, because I don't want it to kind of ruin my train of thought and how I move and that kind of thing. So I've really been trying to stay clear of that the best I can without friends sending me little clips and that kind of thing.
That makes sense.
Somebody, Tata Nasty 813 said Ryan on the jet ski reminds me of the Eastbound and Down guy when they took all his stuff and he said all he needed was his jet ski.
Yes, we made that reference earlier if you were here.
I
yes.
forgot about the all he needed was his jet
Yeah.
ski part, and then apparently he was on a jet ski today. So that's poetic. That's great. John Rich could never write bars like I rip rap and I sing. I got war paint on my ding ding.
Bars.
Damn, you're right, John Rich.
He's definitely not saying
Yeah.
that. But
And hey, we've never met John. I can't speak on John, but I can only tell you what people in the community say about him, and it's all positive. So
Oh, Lady Tracy said Deerdorf was talking about his skis last week, so Ryan had to get one. That makes sense because that falls in line.
what started his hatred of Jelly originally? Because he was doing better than he was. It's that simple. There's no big conspiracy behind it. He was doing better. Anyone that does better and gets more acknowledgement, he doesn't like that.
that was simple to me.
Yeah, and I saw someone ask too, was I there when they filmed that video? No, we were gone at that point. I wasn't there. I think maybe the first time I saw that video was probably with Ryan when he was showing me. Yes, he's extremely jealous of not just Jelly Roll, but anybody that's doing anything, even on a small scale, where it shouldn't even be a worry to him.
Whitney03 said, "Hey, Chad and Chelsea, was Ryan a faithful boyfriend?"
Allegedly, in my opinion, fuck no.
And allegedly, in my opinion, I second that. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
he's the last person to give any kind of relationship advice, and that's just in my opinion.
He's also, in my opinion, the last person that needs to be critical of somebody else's relationship.
Yeah, or how they look. I've never pulled my bottom teeth out with a set of pliers, ever. Never. I've never done that. That's one thing I'll never have on my bucket list.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Justify333 asked, "Did he do anything, or did he make y'all do everything, like basic tasks?"
Well, I will say this. I'll say this about him because I got to give credit where credit's due. To my knowledge, and this is in my opinion, he did wipe his own ass.
I would hope
But
so.
why John Rich? Why not George Strait? Is it just seems random? No, there's no randomness to it. John Rich does a lot of stuff in Cheatham County for the betterment of Cheatham County, to my understanding. And if anybody gets any shine on them aside from him in Cheatham County, he also doesn't like them, and that's just in my opinion.
So anybody just doing anything. He's just
Anything.
like, man, fuck
Literally.
that person.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why you just get with them like, yo, I want to connect with you, work,
Yeah.
help give back as well. Like, he don't even look at it like that. He just want to be the main person.
Yeah, add the tooth to your collection. If I had one of those teeth, it would be encased in gold and it would be around my neck. I'd wear it every day.
Omni said, allegedly, in his opinion, he doesn't plug in his own cords, clean up throwing bottles of chocolate milk, often calling people from 20 minutes away to clean up after him, allegedly. And in his opinion,
Did he ever have relationship with guys close to him, like a friendship? Or are you talking about something much more than that? I don't know about the much more than that. I have no idea. Here's what I know throughout being a 45-year-old Fallout boy and living my life and meeting people throughout the years. When I went to high school, a lot of the people that hated the most on, like, say, someone being homosexual and that kind of thing, years later turned out to be that. And that was just things I saw. And the way I feel, dude, whatever you are, just own it and be it.
Hey,
People
Larry.
respect that,
but the trend for him has been what he speaks out on the most.
Yeah. I mean, form your own opinion on that.
I mean, in my opinion, and allegedly, he goes out of his way to pick out
Yeah.
things that are
Yeah.
even potentially homosexual, or he'll make them homosexual just to make fun of them.
Yeah. And I feel a lot differently in my 40s than I did in my 20s mainly because I have family members. I have people I love and care about that, that I hate even saying the word gay, but that's the best way I can describe it. And it's a non-issue for us. We love each other. We're kind to one another. Live your life. Be who you want to be, You need to do one more live after the last episode. People asked about what's in it.
We'll have to.
We're going to do that. We're also going to do a live coming up in about a week with someone else. I think you guys will really like it. What I'm trying to say is we're going to stop making on that content side as far as no more trolling. The episodes will end on YouTube and social media.
Maybe no more trolling, because some of the stuff you've done is pretty.
Yeah,
funny.
but we got people like Chill Rock and Gotcha Man. They got that covered,
Yeah.
So you guys go add their channels. I'm sure they'll be going after it for a while.
Maybe you say.
We could go back to the projecting thing where he talks about things that,
Yeah, in my opinion, he projects a lot of time. A lot of things he says.
Omni, I'm just reading a comment that was posted. It says, you know how all those GOP guys get caught in the bathroom trying to get male hookers? Projection, and we all know Ryan be projecting, allegedly, in my opinion. That's a great comment, Omni. And so can we talk about
HBR.
what people can kind of expect without giving any of the content away in the last episode?
Yeah.
You can expect to have your mind blown.
See, that's the thing I don't know. Like, I can't.
It's
think
gonna.
of
Let me
nothing.
tell you. Sometimes the way sometimes the way you perceive things may not be the way it ends up being. So we've tried to be nothing but honest and truthful, but we do have a really big thing we are going to talk about in this final episode, and that's all I can say.
I will say I think that there are going to be people who love it.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I know that there are going to be people who hate it.
Yeah. There's going to be that too.
I know that there are going to be people who are kind of pissed off, probably.
Yeah, maybe a couple.
But also, it's not the end of the story. It's just the end of the story as we're telling it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
I
good way to
respect
put
that.
it. I couldn't have said that any better. Got to go, but love y'all and keep doing what you do. Be real. Love you all. Thank you so much, Jerry Ray.
Peace,
What's the
Jerry.
percentage, in your opinion, that left the Tweak Squad at this point? I personally think he's got about 100 loyal fans, and they got about 8 different accounts. That's just, and the reason I say that is because I've literally been hit up by several accounts saying almost verbatim the same thing. It almost like a copy and paste scenario. Chad, did
Yeah,
you send
fun
Dak
with
burn
that.
his pants? I don't know what that means, but no, I don't think I did.
No, his Upchurch pants, his jeans.
His yoga pants.
Oh, no. Somebody say, you look beautiful today. I agree.
Who? What?
It passed on. I called it
Aw,
real quick.
thank you. I had to fix up a little bit. We had some pickup shots to shoot, so
Yeah,
I
tying
can't
it all
always
together.
look. Man, I don't always get gussied up. I usually have my hair in a bun, and I don't wear a whole lot of makeup. And I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I love you the way you
Just,
are. And that's the thing. Like, my wife is absolutely gorgeous, but our love is so much deeper than surface level stuff.
I mean, it helps.
For sure.
But if you weren't, sorry, Fox here. Never
Well,
mind.
what's the
I'm just
castle?
kidding.
What's the castle story all about? Look, yes, allegedly, in my opinion, there was a point where Ryan was down at the castle. Allegedly, in my opinion, he's told me himself that things happened there. Without going into detail, what I do know is everything at that establishment is filmed from the time you get onto the property, and sometimes from many different angles. So you take that how you want to.
Okay, I'm getting to comment. Thank you, everybody who said something sweet. I'm behind on the comments, but thank you. And I've been trying to get like a dark green, and the girl who she was doing my hair, and bless her heart, she had just got done with school, and she was wanting to do the fashion colors and stuff, and it just always turned out a little too bright, and so I had to take a couple turns of my own to get it where I want to, so I can have her maintain it.
Thank you, blessed mom. And then also I saw someone, to my knowledge, I don't think Kurt was around back then during that castle thing.
No.
Oh,
There's my son. He's here. Expire 615.
Hi,
What's
baby.
up, son?
I love you. So someone said Patty sent Dagbird and some of Ryan's jeans. Oh,
I don't know if there's truth. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, he was,
Invention or
bragging about
exorcism, maybe a little of both, in my opinion. I'm a fan of Ryan Upchurch music for years, but I get it. I understand that. There's several bands that I love their music, but them as people, when I met them, were just horrible people. So
Tata said, "What does prednisone do? Is it a speed buzz?"
is it like a steroid?
It's
That's
a
what I
steroid.
heard,
Yeah.
It's a steroid, and from what I've seen other people, I don't know because I've never done Adderall and prednisone at the same time. I've actually never done Adderall that I can remember. And there was a couple of years there, so I don't know. But I think it intensifies. Maybe I know that the steroids add to like mood swings and weight gain and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So. What was the clinical term for it?
Some big old titties.
Yeah, there you go.
And then someone just said, "Oh, my favorite metal band, Zayo, is probably my favorite metal band of all time." Yeah, she's wearing the shirt. It's my homeboys. Go check them out. ZAO, fucking probably one of my favorite metal bands. Been around since I was in high school. Let's see, they're coming in quick now. Yep, often kids are put on Adderall in school. Yes, but yes,
Yeah.
people prescribe Adderall, but I don't think there's any doctor saying take these by the handfuls and call me tomorrow. You know, I don't think
Hell
anybody's
no.
saying that.
What I have seen, like going back through some of the stuff we've had to go back through, there's a very visible difference between Ryan's features. And I know that people change and stuff
Yeah.
happens like as you get older, but there are some drastic changes in some of his features.
Yeah, I mean his nose especially, and that's just in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, if he lost his hair, he'd be Despicable Me. That guy from that.
True. Aw.
Why did you condone his behavior when you were getting a paycheck?
Why did I condone his behavior? That's a very good question. So I tried to, we both tried, me and Chelsea tried to come in, repair some burnt bridges, and advise him truthfully and honestly. But yeah, there were a lot of things that I just let slide, and I shouldn't have. I've apologized if you hadn't heard it. I apologize again now. I was wrong for that. I was wrong for drawing a hard line in the sand.
We cut a lot of people off.
I
each
cut everybody off. I literally did. And I was wrong for that. And I will never do that again. I'll never draw a line in the sand. If I have friends that have problems, then they can just have problems. If I think you're cool, then and we're okay with you, that's all that matters.
On that same token, you can lead a horse to water, but can't make him drink. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell somebody over and over and over again. It doesn't mean that they're going to take your advice
Yeah.
or they're going to act like a rational human being about it.
Yeah. Well, I saw another one that last dinner. Can't wait until Ryan's transitioning.
Oh,
It took me a second. Church should meet Ren and Weeby. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Chris Webby.
Couldn't get anybody to message me, so if
Yeah, that's
someone wants to join-
okay. Yeah, this future lawsuit with Chad's fake too. He did it just for show. It's a real lawsuit. Now, I think it's one that there wasn't a whole lot of thought put into it. This allegedly, in my opinion, man, if I didn't know any better, I would say somebody who had no experience wrote majority of it, because most of it is easily proven with subpoenas, allegedly. So, which tune in. So, a couple more minutes, and we'll get off
what
here.
do you
What you
guys
got?
think of stuff like Motionless in White and Slaughter to Prevail and stuff? I like older Motionless in White for sure. I like Alex Terrible's vocals. I mean,
Yeah.
they're incredible.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they're once in a lifetime vocals, but I've seen some of his political stuff that I don't necessarily agree with. But the music, I do love Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah, I think they're both good bands. I don't really listen to them a whole lot in my daily life, but occasionally they come on a playlist and I let it ride. All right, a couple more guys that we're getting. So tomorrow, just to go over 8, we had to say it's either be 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Central. We'll have it set to premiere by probably a little after lunchtime. This will be our final episode on YouTube, and all the trolling on social media will stop. I was going to say commence, but it will stop. And we're going to move on to doing something else. We're doing Decent Person is a series. When we started, it wasn't going to be that way, but we're moving on to the next Decent Person after this and allowing other people to tell their story. But it won't have anything to do with Ryan. The next series of Decent Person, it actually would be the family of a female serial killer out of Florida.
I just saw Justify ask about Whitechapel. Whitechapel is probably one of my favorite
Tennessee
bands
boys.
of all
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Ben's actually was the guitarist for Whitechapel, came to our old house and laid down some guitar tracks. And super solid dude. I'm sure the rest of the guys in the band are the same.
Zayo, Norma Jean, August Burns Red. Yeah, all good.
Yep.
All great. Dead Kennedys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We've actually got an episode of Offbeat Horror that we went and filmed with Zayo, and I am finally, for the first time in a year, about to have some time where I can finish it and put it out there, as well as a big interview. I should come to the Redneck Rave. I'm not opposed to doing stuff like that if the invite was there. I don't know how most of those guys feel about me now because I took his side, but let's see. I'm kind of upset about Whitechapel, though. I heavily fuck with all their older stuff before the clean vocals started coming in. I that's my favorite stuff, and maybe because I'm getting old, but I think that Ken album is my favorite one they put out.
I love it. But also, latest album that came out was an absolute throwback to the one after Somatic. So you can't be mad at it.
Chill Rock, did you get any shitty DMs from Ryan after he donated the 500 and you still sided with Adam?
No, I didn't at all.
Huh?
How long
Nope.
ago was that?
Dang, I don't even remember. Probably like 2 years ago, probably 3 years ago.
Huh?
Whenever that all happened.
Yeah, it's been a couple years then for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while now, like 2 years probably. When him and
Someone
Adam went
said
at
the
it.
Phillies suck. I will say, I have no beef with the Phillies whatsoever. We actually went to see My Chemical Romance in Philadelphia, and the Fanatic came on stage with them, and they were throwing out like cheesesteaks, and it was one of the highlights of it for sure. Like, I've never seen the Fanatic in person, so that was really cool.
Amon Amarth, Macedon, Lamb of God is the peak of modern metal. Huge Amon Amarth fan. I recorded an album at the same place Macedon recorded a couple of their records in Atlanta. I met one of those guys from Macedon one point, and they were nice dudes, or at least he was. What serial killer? Judy Bueniano. We're doing the Decent Person series would be more geared towards the family, and how literally false reporting by the media really tore the family apart. They didn't, have any connection to the stuff she done, but ultimately it tore them apart, and it's kind of a story of triumph, another story of triumph against all odds.
Interesting.
The grandson does prison ministry. His name's Alex. He's in my Instagram, Alex Hawkins. You can find him, and he's over the last couple of years pulled the family back together. A lot of them changed their names and moved. FAFO radio scammer. I don't know anything about that. I know if it's who I'm thinking of, the guy is in like an active lawsuit with Ryan too, if I'm not mistaken, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But I don't know much about that guy other than that.
So, Chill Rock, can you give us a little bit of insight into that? Like, we don't know much about it. Like, we were around when the lawsuit came in, but we had never heard of that guy, and I don't know anything about him.
Oh, so I think it's Uncle Dub, right? So something
Yeah.
about him calling him a crackhead or something like that, and then he proved to everybody that he could do the drug test or whatever, and he just kept going after him and kept saying stuff on his live every single day. Upchurch, like, literally came with his main account and was going after him, telling
So
people that he's a
I'm
crackhead.
familiar with that. I'm familiar with that whole thing. I just don't know. They were asking about the radio specifically.
Oh,
and I
FAFO
don't-
radio.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, so I think he created like an app for country rap, so artists could put their music on there, and you could get radio spins basically with him doing FAFO radio.
Got you. So actual like radio spins, not like
Yeah.
internet radio or anything.
Yeah. So that's what
I'm
he
not
did.
hating. Hey, look, Tyrone.
So-
I'm not hating on Dub. I don't know Dub. The only thing I know about Dub was the fact that he was suing Ryan, and I was hearing about it all the time. I don't know him as a person. I don't think I've ever met him. I've met a lot of people, but I don't.
Yeah, he wanted me to
Ryan
host on there.
altered-
I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Ryan altered a video the day before the app launch, if it was to interfere with the app launch. I don't know. I mean, allegedly, in my opinion,
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm sure, is capable of doing something like that. I can't speak on
Yeah.
if he actually did or not.
Yeah, he was, and that's the thing you got to understand. He was hating on so many people. You kind of get lost in a sea of who's who after a while. The only reason the Dub thing comes up to my mind because I knew there's an active lawsuit, and allegedly, in my opinion, I was having to track down lawyers and that kind of thing to try and work it all out. So that's why I'm familiar with it.
I mean, it was just constant turmoil all the time. There's fights with this person,
Yeah.
lawsuits with this person. I'm getting sued. I'm internet all the time.
And-
And it runs together.
And here's the thing too, is like I found out real quick that not probably any of these people, or very few of them, are actually what he says they were. So, without having real conversations with people and seeing their side and their point of view, I really can't even base an opinion on it. Now that is allegedly, and that is in my opinion. All right, a couple more minutes, guys. Maybe one more minute. We're about to get off of here. Chill Rock, thank you so much, brother. I look forward to meeting you, man. I love what you've done with your place over there. You know, you're finally moving up in the city. He's got 3 or 4 monitors in the background.
Is that penthouse? That looks penthouse to me.
Yep. 1, 2, 3
sound-
lamps.
sound
I mean,
like-
yeah. Yeah. You deserve it,
Thank you
dude.
for
You
having me
deserve
on, man.
But
Shout
I
out to
appreciate
Upchurch,
you.
man. The $4.99. Without him, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate
Have a good
you.
night.
Look forward to meeting you tomorrow, 8 or 9 p.m. Central. You'll know by lunchtime tomorrow because it will be on Premiere. The final episode comes out, and yes, we'll follow up that with a live probably the day or 2 after
Yeah.
to answer any questions about it. All right. So
Okay.
everyone that supports us, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we look forward to hanging out with you, brother. And I hope you have a wonderful
See you
night, man.
guys. Have a good night.
You
Peace,
too.
chat.
All right, see you, brother. Later. And in.